coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Now, the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you... And Carter Jr. Filling the perimeter, it's Suggs and Wagner. And it's Fultz in at the point. And for the Raptors, the forwards are Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Pirtle in at center. Here we have two first-year head coaches, Steve. That being said, how long does it take for teams to learn a new system under these new coaches?
Kevin, is easy. You have a veteran team, less.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Achua, he's checked in for Pirtle. Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. Trent's checked in for Barnes. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And the free throw, no good.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
And here's Trent. Shot clock at 5. Boucher sets a screen for Trent. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Trent's got 5 now.
I love watching the three-point ability of Gary Trent Jr. He's someone you got to lock up on the perimeter.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Magic lead by 10. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Magic.
Easy for me. They've made the most of their opportunities by getting to the line, and they are knocking them down as well.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
They've got OG Anunoby. Gary Trent is out there with Chris Boucher. Then there's Achua. And it's Horton-Tucker in at the 1. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Pass to Anunoby. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
OG does a good job of getting ready for catch-and-shoot situations. He knows the value of preparation.
The pass to Anthony. Shot from 12. It's hauled in by Achua. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Pistons. Here's Trent. Last time out, he had 14 points. On the wing, Anunoby. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. Magic leading by 5. Smitty, OG Anunoby from the UK has had a nice impact on the game.
And he said he wants to grow the game in England. OG's hoping to open up some paths to the NBA for young players from the UK.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. Orlando has a very young roster. Coach Jamal Mosley says, one thing I've said to them is dominate the simple. The more we can keep it simple, the better we'll be. Not overthinking things, just playing off instincts and reaction. Kevin, back to you.
The place to start. Makes a lot of sense. David, thanks. The 3 from Anthony. Buries it from 3-point range. Anthony's got 11 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Got a piece of it. Here's the screen. It's deflected. Jacobs covered by Achua. Horton-Tucker with the rebound. Raptors trail by 8. Trent outside. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one is hammered home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Toronto calls timeout. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
They just seem to match up very well whenever they play these guys. You can tell they have a ton of confidence.
New group in now for the Raptors. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Precious Achiuwa. Pascal, and a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Orlando out in front, up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hello there, folks. Toronto Raptors in our featured matchup, which has not disappointed.
Hate to say it, the 3-ball just isn't doing it for them. They have to try something different. More movement, screens, drive to the bucket, layups, points in the paint. Something.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, I agree with all that. Maybe be more disciplined when it comes to shot selection, and maybe I should be more disciplined and not interrupting you.
That too.
All right, guys, let's move on and see the latest injury report from across the league.
The Warriors not feeling the love. They don't have Klay Thompson, a massive loss. His ability to space the floor, shoot the 3, and defend the other team's best player, that will be sorely missed. This is going to be tough.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for Cole Anthony.
Man, he's been running.
Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. And the Magic making a change here. Orlando with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. So on the floor for Orlando. Filling the perimeter, it's Suggs and Wagner. In the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Jacobs in at point guard. That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And trying to extend this lead, no better way than playing north and south, getting after it.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Van Vliet outside. Over to the wing. Here's Siakam. Banchero grabs the board. Banchero's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jacobs covered by Van Vliet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
It's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
And the second free throw, good. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Toronto. Trailing by 10. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Anunoby. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Carter with a screen on Siakam. Suggs passes to Jacobs. Sinks the triple. 6 points for him.
And this is why Suggs was a top 5 pick. Jalen's got tremendous playmaking ability.
Van Vliet with it. He's got 11. Siakam left side. Over Banchero. Count it, and the Orlando lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from Siakam. Now, here's Suggs. He's guarded by Anunoby. Here's Jacobs. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here we go, 1-on-1. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Siakam. 5th personal foul.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Magic.
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And they've also made a point to protect the rim tonight. All game long, they've been challenging or blocking shots.
2 shots.
That's good from Wagner.
And something about Franz Wagner, a model of consistency. As soon as he came into the league, you know what you'll get from him every night.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Achua, he's checked in for Pirtle. Trent comes in for OG Anunoby. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Both free throws good from Wagner. And with Wagner, he'll be a bigger part of this team as he grows.
Kevin, and he'll be able to contribute without being a focal point. It has a game that can blend with any other group on the floor. As his confidence grows, he'll continue to make a larger impact. I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Here's Anthony. Covered by Achua. 5 to shoot. Tries again. Toronto grabs the miss. Trent outside. "13 feet away." And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
The mid-range is somewhere Gary Trent Jr. can be very effective.
Anthony kicks to Wagner. Jacobs, the pass to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
Raptors trail by 11.
Orlando. That's his second personal foul. 13 foul. Magic substitution. Ball.
Now Siakam. 8 points for him. Inside, here's Achua. It's deflected, and he recovers it. Trent, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Blocked again.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Jacobs covered by Barnes. Here's Jacobs. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Scotty Barnes picks one up. And for a lot of up-and-coming teams, getting better defensively is the key to reaching, Greg, that next level. That being considered, what's the first step in that improvement?
A lot of times it's bringing in a great defender, like a Pat Beverly or an Andre Iguodala, a defensive anchor who also inspires his teammates to take that challenge.
Good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
They set the pick. Here's Trent. It's to Achua. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That is first personal foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Magic leading by 11. Here's Jacobs. Plays it up and banks it in. 8 points for him.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Pocket 6. Horton Tucker, the pass to Trent. Bangs home the trifecta. Trent's got 13.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Here's Jacobs, and he dunks it down.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
Trent can't hit. Orlando's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Shot from the wing. Unable to get that one. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Here's Horton Tucker. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Barnes. Back to Achua. And it's Trent in the corner. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction.
Some changes for Toronto. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Achua. OG Anunoby comes in for Gary Trent. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Talen Horton Tucker. Siakam kicks to VanVleet. Dishes it to Poeltl. Orlando grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Poeltl in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. The pass to Jacobs. Magic moving the ball around. And the three ball is good.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Toronto. Pass to Barnes. Now, here's Siakam. Defense is right there. Birtle sets the pick for Siakam. Birtle's shot is off.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow!
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
The Magic making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Orlando on D. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by.
Right here.
Now, here's Anunoby. He's guarded closely. And again, Toronto no luck.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And Caro passes to Jacobs. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. Pirtle up top. Here's the floater. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jalen Suggs.
What you love about Jakob Poeltl is his size. A 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Pirtle.
And you look at Jakob Poeltl, great touch and presence inside the paint. Can get you with a move or just power his way to the hoop.
Both free throws good from Pirtle. And Greg Pirtle has so many options to score inside.
And that's why he's such an efficient scorer, Kevin. Very composed at the rim. Doesn't need a lot of time to get his shot off inside.
There's the pick. Jacobs. No good off the back of the rim. Raptors trail by 20. On the wing, Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
And the first one drops.
The future that Scotty Barnes has in this league is bright. A versatile swingman with an outstanding work ethic.
No good on the second free throw.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Raptors trail by 19. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Barnes. Trying to find Van Vliet and gets it to him.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Here's Jacobs, and there's the drive.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Toronto calls timeout. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paolo Banchero.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Siakam outside. Passes it to Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. And again, Toronto no luck.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Jacobs covered by Barnes. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
To the inside. It's hauled in by the Magic. Carter's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And there's already a loyalty aspect to Banchero's makeup, starting with the tribute to the city he grew up in.
He literally takes Seattle everywhere he goes. You look at the tat on his right bicep. It has the Seattle skyline, Mount Rainier, the street he grew up on. In terms of his character, that indicates deep roots and a solid foundation he can build on. And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Steve, we know lots of front offices build teams purely around player skills and statistical lines. That being said, just how important is chemistry on the court and that cohesion?
It's a must. You can achieve a lot with chemistry. Building a beautiful culture, those are the teams that win championships.
And then Carter with the jam.
With a 9-foot standing reach, Carter has no trouble putting that away.
Van Vliet outside. Unloads from 13. Banchero with the ball. Working on Boucher. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Barnes right side. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
First free throw is good.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
The Raptors making a switch here. Hurdle's checked in. The Magic making a switch here. Here's Horton Tucker. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paolo Banchero. That's his 3rd foul of the game. We know, Greg, the league trending towards small ball, but some teams are having success playing 2 bigs up front.
And I think the key is
OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. Horton Tucker comes in for Fred VanVleet. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important. Here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Paolo Banchero.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
No one near Boucher as he lets it go. And he stays with it. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Horton Tucker. The three-pointer, no good. And there's the pass to Howard. Anthony on the wing. A tray. Offline. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.